Alrighty, boink. Hi, I'm Beck Lane, and this is Catalyst and Company. Catalyst and Company, where we are catalysts in each other's lives and catalysts in our own lives, and hopefully we become the artists we've always wanted to be. Now, I haven't been on for a while. I haven't made a video in a while because life right now in this COVID universe really started to get me down. So, as usual, it just started to get to me. But I wanted to show you what I have been working on. Behind me is a painting that is part of a collaboration, or several collaborations I'm doing with some friends of mine. In fact, in their studio, we have two paintings going on right now. We have this one, and then we have a portrait going on. It's down in their studio. And to keep ourselves bolstered, to keep us moving, what we've been doing is, well, we're supposed to be doing murals together. But in this COVID world, who knows when that's going to happen, when it's going to be possible. So to keep us moving and also to train us how we work together, we started a portrait. I don't know who it is. The guys picked it out. I have no clue. It's a guy. So a man that we're painting. He's down in their studio now, and I took home the one that everyone was less excited about and started working on it because I want to know, how do we take it from unexciting to, oh, now I want to be a part of it, or I want to see it, or I want to experience it. So the painting is actually done in aerosol. It's aerosol and acrylic. And acrylic always stumps me because I don't work with it often. So I've been playing with texture and light and thickness, or applying almost nothing but a glaze, the same way as oils. It's just the colors are different, the effects are different, and they're the same at the same time. So I've been working on this, and now we're just waiting for it to dry, and then I can bring it down to the tattoo shop and give them a look-see. But another thing I was working on, I've got a couple things I'm going to show you, because it's really important that we do everything we can to keep moving forward regardless of the outside world. I've alluded to a big thing coming up. I'm still waiting for information on it, but I've talked many times about the 30 portraits I'm going to be doing. And they're 30 portraits of freed people. They were freed, their freedoms were purchased in 1795, and they were brought from Jamaica, from a grazing cattle farm in Jamaica to Philadelphia, where they were housed, they received a stipend, and they were educated. And this is where this incredible amount of history began with this family and these families that were all involved in this beginning in 1795. So there is no reference material for these people. There's no faces for me to work off of. So the 30 portraits are going to be 30 portraits I've imagined. And at first, when I thought of doing this, I was going to do it on canvas, but then I thought, that's just dumb. It's not going to have much depth. So I've been working and working and working to put together a way to present these portraits that may have meaning. It may lob off into, craft land. I'm not really sure yet, but I'll show you where I've gotten it. I bought wood panels online and a Dremel, and I've been carving in signs and symbols around the edges and then staining them. In the center here, this is acrylic over aerosol again, acrylic over aerosol. So I've got these, the bright color of the aerosol underneath, but then the acrylic is developing different patterns on top of it, and it's just pretty. Let's put it that way. On top of that, we've got another layer, and I'm hoping in the multi-layers we get some depth in here, or at least we provide some interest. I'm using copper as the next layer, and then on top of the copper are going to be the painted portraits, but they're going to be painted on dictionary pages. I've got an older dictionary. I just got one the other day, a Webster. And the reason I'm doing this, I'm doing it this way. The signs and symbols are specific to the part of Africa where these people would have come from. Originally, they would have been captured and enslaved in, but it's signs and symbols using that is its own language, and we'll talk about it another time. But I'm using copper because copper was used to construct ships, sailing ships and merchant ships and etc. So the copper would have been in the ship that brought them from Jamaica to Philadelphia, brought them to their freedom in the beginning of, like I said, a fantastic history. But another little piece, another little reason I'm using copper here is the first actual currency in the United States was a silver dollar, when it was made in 1795 when these people came to Philadelphia. It was a silver dollar produced in Philadelphia, but in that silver is a little bit of copper to give it weight. So I see copper as an intricate part of the silver dollar, representing the intricate part of these freed African people or Jamaican people that were brought here. My head says it quietly to myself better than my mouth does, so you'll have to excuse me, but copper is really emblematic of this community. They were dropped into this largely white community. Freed Africans and African Americans were dropped into this largely white community of Philadelphia. And they gave it great weight and great importance. You just have to know to look for it or to see it. And ships. So the other thing I've been working on is, ready? And I haven't done this in a number of years. I got new business cards. Okay, I got new business cards. I had postcards made, boinkity boink, with the same image, upside down. So I had postcards made with the same image as the business card. Haven't done that in several years. And I also had a brochure made. And we talked about this way back in the beginning 9 years ago. It's a presentation brochure that I plan to send out to galleries and venues and things. That was my plan at the beginning of the month. So I've got representation of some of my paintings. I have quotes from different people who have written me, including my favorite quote, "The love child of a Soviet graffiti artist and Vincent van Gogh." That's what Bill said about me. But so this is my presentation, my portfolio brochure with the business card and the postcard in there. I've got a nice presentation package, but I'm mailing them out in something I really, really, really want you to see. Clear envelope. It's a totally clear envelope. The last time I did one of these presentation packages, it was in a glassine, so it was in frosted glass, almost clear but not quite, a little transparent. This is totally clear. The post office can send it, there's no extra charge, and I've sent a few of them out, so I know they go through okay. But I do this so when the gallery, venue, organization, once they get it, they're not just looking at another envelope with stuff in it that they can just toss to the side. They're going to see me, they're going to see my artwork when it lands on whoever's desk. Now I've taken these because we are in a time of COVID and because, you know, everything is up in the air. And I don't know about you, but I've been feeling a lack of community and that adventure that I need to keep moving forward. I have a number of friends who have been asking for things like this so they can hand them out to their clients and their, you know, people they interact with. So I've dropped some off with a couple different sets of friends. A couple different sets of friends. I've sent some out to people I work with, and I've sent some out to just friends, period. And they're handing them out. I actually have one friend who is who's written a letter of introduction. because you know, getting where I want to be, I'm not the person to represent me. I think we know that. I'm a cross between Harvey Pecor and Barney Fife, and you don't want that on your doorstep. So I have people writing letters of introduction, friends and collectors writing letters of introduction, people who believe in my work. So hopefully these are things you can take into consideration, take them in, and maybe apply them to what you're doing. Working with other people, putting together a presentation package and working with other people, and then working with different materials so we can at least keep feeling like we're moving forward, not sitting in a stagnant pond of COVID and sadness. So that's it. I'm Beck Lane. This is Catalyst Studio 120. I'm Beck Lane. This is Catalyst & Company. If you'd like to help support Catalyst & Company, it would be much appreciated. But all the links are down below, including a link to Patreon. Patreon, where you can supply monthly support, Cash App, PayPal. But then I've also got TeePublic, where you can buy images of my work printed on t-shirts and things. And I've uploaded quite a few new images, including Queen, which is one of my most popular images. All right, that's it. I'm gonna go now. Ready, Carrie? Ugh, tired, need some water. I haven't talked that much for ages. Ready? Here we go. Boink.